Yo, what up? We back again, Aside TV, Foundation of the Future. Got your boy Bishop Bando with us. Got the lovely Jasmine with us, you know. You know, we got Young Face with us. So today's topic that I think I want to talk to you with you is I want to do always hear about people always criticizing the younger generation. Like, you know, the older generation is always, y'all getting like a lot of backlash. They always criticizing, yo, these young dumb niggas, yo, they always be wild, yo, they stupid. These young dudes are stupid out here. You know what I mean? So I wanna touch on that today. I wanna touch on that topic, get your opinion, get your views, and you know, as far as what they could be doing to kind of like, you know, aid y'all instead of criticizing. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I feel like that's type hypocritical because like when they was young, they was doing the same shit. They was doing the same shit. Like I feel like it's nothing that really changed that I see. Like from like when I was younger, niggas was doing worse than what I see now. Like nah, I ain't gonna say it's worse. It's the same shit really. Yeah, it's the same shit.
Same shit, right?
Yeah.
So they being hypocritical, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Because they was wilding at one time, huh?
Yeah, I used to go to school around the corner from here. I remember being in that school, niggas shooting outside of the school, bro, like while I'm in class.
So, what you think contribute to the younger generation being so wild? You know what I mean? Because, you know, every time I turn on, like you said, it's the same thing. Somebody at the door.
Yeah.
Hold on, shall we in the middle of interview somebody at the door? Shit, we live, so fuck it, you know. I'm not seeing the way right now.
I'll try to tell you if you could pick up some liquor. It's Gucci though.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we on the camera, man. We live, man. Ain't no time for none of that, man. You know, I almost forgot. I think I forgot my train of thought.
You said what contribute to?
Yeah, the younger generation kind of, you know, without seeing like no guidance. You know, like I say, when I turn on the news, it's like reading a comic book. You know, see them beating up on 82-year-old ladies, raping them, beating up the old man, things like that.
See, I don't even be watching the news a lot, so I probably wouldn't know. I really be in my own bubble, but from what I see, like, in my own experiences in life, I see, like, young people, like, trying to better themselves and trying to get money. That's what I see around me. So I see some people on dumb timing, but, like, they don't be on the streets long after that. They be in jail with that. So if that's what they want to do, you feel me? I know where I'm going, and whoever going the same way as me, I'm going to see them at the top.
Okay. So you see not a part of that gang wave?
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's what's up.
So I know you mentioned like getting money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, that's another popular topic out here, getting the bag.
Got to.
And it seems like now it becomes like, you know, money literally over everything right now. You know what I mean? Everybody's main goal is to get to the bag. You know, and I guess it's supposed to be like inspiring. But then when you see the people getting to the bag, it's almost like they're like rubbing it in the face of those who don't got the bag, or, you know, in a negative way. Not in an inspiring way. Some of the, you know, the way they go about after they get the bag. You know.
No, I definitely feel you. One of my OGs from this block was telling me the other day, I went to work with him, and he was just saying like, yeah, like niggas be leading the youth wrong type shit. Like you gotta lead them towards getting money, not like on the dumb timing. Like
But when you getting the money, it depends on what you're doing with the money. You can't just get it and flaunt it and do all of these things. You gotta, it gotta be a goal. You're getting the money to do what? Just get the money and.
For me, some people want to get the money to rub it in other people's face, and that's like, that also keep the shit going too, because it's gonna be somebody that's gonna motivate them to do it. But also like, that's only gonna go but so far. So like, the people that I seen, like the older people in my life, I seen them really invest money from having nothing and investing in the properties and flipping it and living off like that, like good. So that's definitely, if I come across something, that's what I want to get into.
So you want to get into like that crypto, stocks and bonds, things like that. That's the new hustle, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like in my era, it was like the drugs was the number one thing.
Yeah.
So now getting money is
Everything electronical.
everything is electronical.
Facts.
The metaverse.
Yeah. These young boys out here wilding. Ain't a lot of niggas running this shit up for real,
But there's so many other things you can invest in too. You could get the money and put it towards your dreams. It's a lot of things that you want to do.
yeah.
So, you could start your own stuff, start your own business and things like that. I don't think a lot of the young generation now focus on starting their own business and stuff like that.
I don't know, yo. I feel like the younger generation are a little bit more entrepreneur than we were.
You think so?
Yeah, right. Because now look, like for instance, like your daughter, she's into hookah,
And stuff
and then
like
now
that
you
too.
have all these people there baking, they're offering like small services, making drinks and little thing, and I think that's like a start, and even with them almost venturing towards these electronic things,
Well, I agree with that, but like I told my daughter too, you gonna be 30 still hookering and doing all those things. You got to think about what comes after that. It's cool for right now, y'all in your 20s or they're in their 20s or whatever. But when you're 30 and 40 years old, you're not gonna be wanting to be a bottle girl. At least I don't think so. You know
Okay,
what
so
I'm
it's
saying?
like,
So,
damn, so this is like, this
That's just
conversation is going the next way, like,
I see a lot of young girls too. My father's a country face. I see a lot of young girls doing like lashes and nails and shit too, and that's entrepreneurship. I think that's dope. Like a lot of girls, and using the internet too as a resource to promote their brand. I think that's dope.
that's cool.
but I do think you make a good point in one of the plan is to get the money, but what are we doing with the money but kind of squandering it, right? And also, I think a lot of people equivalent money to happiness.
That's true.
Like when the more money we have, the more happy
right.
we are, or we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, like you mentioned with our kids, and like they working, they're living in the moment, not thinking about the future.
Right, that's what I see, unless they have their own plans and, but that's how I see it. Like you said, they get in the money, they just wasting it, and it's a lot of things. I see a lot of people too. A lot of the young girls, they got their clothing, they doing clothes. So it is a lot of young entrepreneurs out there. Those things are good in the aspect because it don't matter how old you are. You know what I'm saying? So those are good, but you mentioned the bottle girls and the hookah and stuff like that, so that's why I just threw that out there. But you're right, it is a lot of.
And to piggyback off of what you're saying about the like a lot of they not focusing on the future. I think it's because a lot of their problems is in the present, so that's why they're not really thinking too much about that. They just like, I gotta, because I know me, like I be thinking about what I gotta handle today and tomorrow. I don't really be thinking about next year or the next 5 years. I be like, I know this shit gotta get done now. I'm gonna worry about what's coming as it coming for me, and that's something I gotta work on. I gotta work on putting things in the larger scale, because we playing for the long term, not the short term at all.
I mean, I think it's natural. A lot of us tend to deal with the now, but the thing is, like, I hear a lot of talk, right? But I don't see the urgency in the actions. Like I always say, certain hardship, in my opinion, is supposed to kind of like change you to where,
Make you stronger.
not only make you stronger, but you actually kind of like, not only make you want more, but do something different. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to give you that fuel.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We gotta do, and then I feel like I always say that we're becoming a lesser form of human because we do less, and we're not engaging, and we're dumbing down. Essentially, you know what I mean? We're using our minds less, we're using our bodies less, and that's where we're forgetting less. I mean, we're forgetting more because we're not like, we're not training our minds. You know what I'm saying? Everything is at a touch of a button,
Mm-hmm.
Everything is instantaneous. We don't even cook anymore. We're just doing less and less. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. No, that's a fact. A lot of things is accessible nowadays. Like, you don't really gotta cook because you got Uber Eats and shit. You got all types of shit. And it's like, just, like I said, everything is becoming electronical now. So, but I still be trying to humble myself, and like, if I see like a flight of stairs and the escalator, I'll take the stairs. Or I know I could buy this from the deli, but I'll go to the grocery store and buy shit myself and make it myself. Cause it's like, my grandfather be telling me that shit too. Like, you could just like, shit is cheaper. You feel me? Like, than going out and always buying from road. Like, you just make your own shit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, because you learn it in time, that even in today's time, everything costs way more now. You feel what I'm saying? Everything is high. And not only that, the germs is high. So you should, buy and cook and try to conserve more, because the thing ain't really looking pretty right now.
Yeah.
And how things is going. And we got to like pivot for these things. You see what I'm saying? I know we all over the place with the conversation, but I think it all kind of relate in a sense.
No, I do.
But I wanted to ask a question. Like, I see a lot of the young generation nowadays, they depressed and, they stressed out and things like that. And, I don't see a reason why. So I don't want to, bash them and things like that. So maybe you can give me some insight on what's going on in y'all world, because
The younger generation, a lot of them is depressed.
yeah, like they're depressed, they stressed out, walking, like, they just got a lot of issues. I don't know, they just can't handle a lot of responsibility and things like that, like, so.
No, I feel like life is tough, but you feel me, like, people that had it, I see it as people that came before us had it a lot harder than we got it right now. So we gotta push to make it easier for the people after us. But it do get depressing sometimes because it's like life is fucked up. But it's like that for everybody. You feel me? I don't know why every single kid is feeling the way they're feeling, but I do see a lot of depression in the kids nowadays though.
I think a lot of it contribute to like this fantasy that we live in, this fantasy, this reality that like pushes a lot of fantasy, and with that comes a lot of expectations of what things should be or shouldn't be, and when things don't fall equivalent to what we assume it should have been, we kind of tend to get bent out of shape. So we are becoming like conditioned to kind of like see things a certain way. It's like, even how people treat you, you become conditioned to that. Like we have kids today, we say they're more privileged, like we always talk from the last show with Messi about smoking and drinking and just doing way more than, we could have did it our time. You know what I'm saying? And now in a sense, they expect more now because they started off so high already. So in a sense, we're responsible for that. Just like even earlier that I asked with the older generation what they can do, I think in a sense we're responsible for why y'all the way you guys are, in a sense, because I think we grew up with more foundation and more culture and more people around us that just kept, like, we had the village, I would say.
Yeah.
where the village, everybody kept us in check, older people, you know, and now, you know, a lot of kids today, they raised to where, you know, their parents, they can't talk to them and they don't really want nobody else to say nothing to them. You know what I mean? So the kids, they kind of grew up doing like, you know, what we consider rude or disrespectful. It's kind of like normal. This is what I do. So you telling me that's disrespectful is like, nah, man, this is what I do, man. This is what I do. Ain't no mom. It's cool with moms. So why it's not cool with you? You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, I agree with that. I just wanted to hear from his side, like, you know, how he feel about it.
About
you know,
kids like disrespecting their parents?
No, just like everything, yeah, like the younger generation, like you said, you know, what can we do to you know, change that, or, you know.
You gotta realize you dealing with like people, you feel me? They just people just the same way as you. They gonna shit the same way that you dealt with when you was growing up, that you felt like, damn, I can't tell my parents because they won't understand this shit. They going through that same shit now as young adults, you feel me? So the most you could do, I found, is like try to talk with them as much as possible and steer their mind towards something positive, and not just talk to them, but also present opportunities to like better themselves. Like, cause talk is, like, you could just talk to somebody and that's not gonna do nothing for them. Like, you feel me?
Definitely.
Presenting them with the opportunity of something different than what they used to, I feel like probably could change something.
Yeah, I think there's some good points right there, you know, because like you said, we all endure similar things. It's just, I think the older generation got to understand that not only the times, even though it's the same, it changed, it's the same. So the circumstances that y'all deal with isn't the circumstance we dealt with, but it's still in the same light. So now for us, when we was, one of the worst things for us, we'd be like, yo, I get mad, yeah, I'm running away. You know what I'm saying? For instance, yeah, I'm gonna run away. And we really don't want to run away. You just be saying that because you want somebody to miss you. But now in today's time, they like, yo, I'm gonna kill myself.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the difference. It's like, whoa, we was running away. You're like, yeah, now I'm gonna kill myself. You're like, whoa.
A whole nother level.
Yeah, but this is just because of what they've been exposed to. Now, what I like to say, because like me, this is what would, like last time when we was talking about culture, I see the cultures have fused, and we become more like suburban America, and we've taken on a lot of their crisis, you know, for as far as the drug addiction, the drug exposure, the different vases of drugs, from the Xanax to the shrooms to the syrup to all of this. This was like, you know, these drugs always existed, but it was more like, you know what I mean, suburbia kid type shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We would, in our hood, we knew about the angel dusters, the coke, the crack, the weed, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now the culture fuses. So now we used to see them, when we was growing up, you know, we didn't have these outlets where now y'all could come and be like, yo, I'm depressed. And now suicidal, like when we was growing up, we like, that's white people shit. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because that wasn't the norm for us. You feel what I mean? But it's different now because y'all have a vast exposure than we did. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys are like absorbing a whole lot, and I don't think we account for that. You know what I mean? So when we can't account for that, then we can't connect with you. So then we can't relate. Right. When we really are related, right? Because now, like, say for instance, when I came from Jamaica, and I was subjected to, say, like, prejudice from my own people, because now when they used to be like, yo, you black motherfucker, I was like, yeah, you black too, but I didn't know they mean like, you black, man, you dark black. Like my coworker, like, yo, you African black, you know what I'm saying? So that just goes to show you, though, you feel me? So now when I'm young and I'm hearing that, and they like teasing my accent and all these things, you feel what I mean? I felt bad, but I never felt like, damn, I'm gonna kill myself. That was never a thought for me, you feel me? It was never in my thought process. Yeah. I might be like, man, I don't want to go to school tomorrow or whatever. You know what I mean?
But killing yourself.
No, because those things wasn't really exposed to us like that, you know. it's like mass shooting. I know motherfucker come shoot somebody and they shoot who they shoot and they go. Or it depends on gang violence. They gotta drive by if people get hit. But now a mass shooting, I'm just going to the movie theater and shooting everything moving.
Right.
You feel me? It's like a different time.
That's OD.
You see? Yeah. So it's the exposure. So now I don't think we account for that. We don't account for us allowing y'all to become how y'all become, because it didn't happen overnight. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of this big slip up is on us because, I guess we watched our parents do it and felt like we can do better, and we didn't understand the whys, right? Like kids, we always tell them, no, don't do this, don't do that, but we don't break it down to them, the whys. We don't let them know, this is why.
Consequences.
Right?
I feel like you gotta be brutally honest with your kids too.
You gotta be.
You can't sugarcoat shit and be like, cause they smart too and they wanna see shit going to school. So like, I'll be the type, I wouldn't tell my kids Santa Clauses when I tell them, and I think that's me bringing that shit in young, so you don't expect, like, don't lie to your kids, bro.
I think so. I definitely agree with that. That's why, when I was locked up, they be like, yo, what you locked up for? I was like, guns and crack. And they're like, Dad, don't ever, I'm not selling drugs. You gotta be real with them, I'm not at school, I'm not away.
I started telling my daughter, like, her father used to get locked up. So I'll be like, oh, he out of town. My middle one, she had to be like maybe 5. She was like, he in jail. Every time mommy said he out of town, he in jail. So I stopped lying. I was like, well, he in jail. Like, and that was it.
Face reality. We want to shield our kids. But, it's our job as parents to prepare them for life and the harshness of life.
Life is not no playground for me.
So we got to let them know these boundaries and these
everything.
Letdowns and unexpectations.
And whatever they do with it, that's, we did our job by telling them. That's how I feel. I tell my kids everything. Sex, drugs, money, alcohol, everything. I talk to them straight up. Whatever they take with them, they take with them. They apply it to their life. If they don't, I know I did my job. And that's the sad part. It's like, especially when you're doing your job, you talking to them and then they ain't listening. What they doing, you hear them doing something different, or you know what I'm saying? So,
right, well, what more could you do than inform them?
I mean, you could plant the seed and then hopefully when the time comes, they make the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we could do.
You got to lay that foundation in them, though. You know what I'm saying? So you got to. You got to teach them the boundaries, because then, they got to know when they're going against their principles, not only what you're saying, but themselves.
Right.
Like, I ain't doing that. That ain't even right. I don't even feel that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got to have their own morals.
They got to have their own morals. I'm not snatching that purse.
Right.
I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Only way to do that is to really build self-character, though. Like,
I think to develop character, to become confident in who we are, because I think we are who we are, right? And a lot of times, for the first part of our life, we're told what's right, what's wrong, what should be this, what should be that. And then as we grow up, we come into ourselves, but we still have like these conditional things inside of us, you know what I mean? So it kind of conflict with us sometimes, but I feel like the morals of who you are is already a core part of you. For you to kind of like develop it or accept it, or you know what I'm saying?
You don't feel like it could be changed though?
Yeah, we can always be. I think change is in the sense that you can change yourself, but that's a process, because it's like you will always be you.
Right.
You will always
fight
be
with
you.
yourself, trying to be somebody.
Yeah, but I think
trying to be a little different, and that's not you.
I made like a whole 360 in my whole life, like real talk.
I mean, we gotta navigate through life, right? Because everything you do, you're gonna face consequences. That's what people gotta understand. You get mad, you do certain things, you're gonna face the consequence, right? And like like me, like you lost a lot of time, and you start realizing. I tell someone like time is so precious, right? Because it's limited. Yeah, we live every day like our time is not limited. The time you spend with your mother is limited. The time you spend with your brothers and sisters is limited. The time you spend with everyone is limited. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of like put it in perspective, and you know what I mean. Hopefully, start trying to like give yourself a purpose of what you want to do in this time, this limited time that you have available. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what you gotta do. Because in the end, it's like when it's all said and done, you know, like, you know, anything you do, you did to suit your ego, you know, because what's the purpose to serve, you know what I mean? You know, you leave a legacy, it's gonna might get forgotten. You leave a house, it could get sold. You know, you leave some money, that shit gonna get spent up. You know what I mean? So, you know, you gotta make it like what you really want to do, what you want to do. You know what I mean? What you want to make your life about. Because we give a lot of things purpose. We gonna ride for this. We gonna ride for that. We gonna die for this. We gonna die for that. So like, let's give those things to like a better meaning or something. You know, something higher to strive for. You know, if we gonna ride or die for something, let's make it something like, you know what I mean, worth. You know what I mean? Because we live in mediocre right now. You know.
No, I feel like I'm really just getting started, you feel me? So I got a lot of things I want to do, but it's just gonna take time and money, you feel me? So like you saying earlier, time is the most valuable thing right now. I'm just trying to stay out of the way. Like everything that I ever put my mind to is just fall in place, bro. Every goal that I really set, I really placed down that I was gonna accomplish, I did, bro. I gotta make more goals, bro. I'm the type of person, bro, I don't just talk to talk, bro.
Alright, that's what's up. So, you know, on that note, we gonna close. He said he gonna talk the talk. So, you know, we're in 2022. Where we at? March?
Yeah.
March what, 26th? Something like that. So we gonna see where he at in a few months or even, you know, another year. See, he just been talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Young Bishop Bando, talk to them, let them know how to find you.
Bishop_Bando at IG. You heard. My YouTube the same. Check me out. We got some heat coming soon. You feel me? For y'all. Gonna drop on them at top.
Alright, Side TV signing out. Young Face, Young Jazzy, and we got
Thanks for tuning
Bishop
in.
Bando. Alright, y'all. Peace.